Hello and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and of course the boys as always. Apologies for the late start, partly my fault, even if the players had got here on time, I still would have had to fix OBS, so yeah. Thank you all for joining us for this episode of our Dark Heresy campaign. I'd like to thank Hook Sounds for all the audio that hopefully you lot out there can hear. I cannot for whatever reason. But apart from that, Hook Sounds for all your free music needs. Visit the link down below. In the last episode of Dark Heresy, as our camera, invisible camera, shows back the recording, it was quite mundane. Knowledge was passed off, shopping lists were prepared, and deals were made with transportation groups. Our group had acquired 15,000 thrones worth of las guns, and had put down 1,000 thrones for hiring transportation. This transportation is essentially with guilds, so they can get through any security checks just by showing guild papers. And local enforcers have either been paid off or know that this is a big guild and messing with their stuff is just not worth it. They're going to take their gang with them, the Talon gang, who I believe is currently at like 24 members strong. I think you've got 22. You have 11 fighters and 11 skirmishers. Within each of them, so essentially the 11th man is the captain of the squads. They'll be the ones that you're dealing with. They're the ones who've shown the most promise for now. So, having informed your gang that you will have a mission and you will be taking the whole group out on a task, you have some time. You don't have to leave immediately, but you were told last time that you need to be back aboard the God Emperor's Profiteer, the rogue trader vessel in orbit, in 2 weeks' time. So you need to be aboard his vessel on the 113th day of this Imperial year. We are currently on the... I think we're on the 9th. Well, no, I haven't updated that. We're on the 94th. The party has a day off, get weapons and transportation to the lower hive and to the wild wardens. Yes, so it's the 94th. If you want to do anything else, if you want to have a chat, by all means you can. If you want to do any other missions or any other shopping, you can as well. You have the time. So it is late afternoon on the 94th.
I don't think I need anything else at the moment. Don't think I do. Is there anything else anyone needs to do or anyone needs us to do as a group? Or needs to get now?
Not that I can think of.
Not I can think of.
Elby? Jim?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're just okay to go ahead.
One second, boys. We may have a problem.
No.
Oh no.
Can any of you hear anything on your Twitches? If you have the thing open,
Stream?
Yeah, on the stream. Can you hear anything? Like, I'm not hearing any sound coming through my phone.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Twitch.
I can hear everything from the stream, even though the
I have
song.
sound from the stream.
You've got sound and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have everything.
Quacker Punch can also hear it.
I have everything.
Hello, Quacker.
Never mind. Now my phone's fucking up because I just closed the app and reopened it, and now sound's coming through. Thank you very much for your comment. That was very, very helpful.
No
Okay,
worries.
so, sorry about that little panic. I'm having all sorts of problems today.
It's one of those days.
Well. There's no other little side jobs or anything we had to do.
Not that I can think of.
Just because I think I got the update from this, but just to confirm, we're going to go sell weapons and kidnap a child, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And
We're not kidnapping a child. We're selling the weapons to purchase a child.
A substantial
so
figure.
child slavery. Better.
No, it's not
You
child
child
slavery. It's
torture?
trafficking. There's a difference.
Okay.
Child
One is
assault.
illegal. The other is also illegal, but it's with more bureaucracy.
Gotcha.
Welcome to the Imperium.
I mean, if it,
I think we got out there, Albie.
yeah, I was trying to think of something, but then I figured it wouldn't make any sense, so I just shut myself up.
Anyway, I don't think I see any additional side jobs or anything like that. Did we get our pay from the, or did we hear anything about the job we just did? We just done with the Poison Kiss.
So, I believe 4 days had passed, so yeah, it would probably be about, 10-15 minutes later on. Tiffany would walk in with basically a rucksack over a bag, and she kind of drops it in the middle of the table, and if anyone's not there, she's like, "Hey, payments here. It's all there, you can count it. Sarah said you did well. No problems were caused by your group. Well, it was just that weird noble who turned up, the rogue trader, from what the girls tell me. So, yeah, she's well happy."
Okay. So that's the full 2K?
Yep, all there.
Okay. All of them got put straight back into buying guns. Okay. Okay then.
At least that road trader brought good wine party. Sorry, I'm sick.
One man's wine is another man's amasec.
Listen, just because you got extra guys got to be in there and taste the shit doesn't mean you can rub it in. We're sitting outside for 8 hours. So.
You think we got to taste it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure your noble who was in trance with you could have given you some.
I would not accept any fluids from the nobles in there.
Yes, do tell me, Mordecai, how was the lap dance that you gave?
Well, he kept me around, so,
What?
You might find out if you're lucky.
Darius gets up and moves his seat across. Away from.
I'm just going to look at Mordecai and say, forgot to wink.
I'll remember it for next time, and then I'll make an effort to wink at fuck, what's your name? Darius. There we go. It's been a long day.
change the subject real quick, and I don't know.
Did anyone destination dice?
Wait, which much? The girls at the party?
No, the guns.
Oh! I mean, I left that to you guys. You're the guard.
Are we already on the day of delivery? This?
We've got like 1 day, don't we?
Yeah, but
Yeah, the guns will be here soon.
Right.
Alright. When the guns arrive, I would like to test fire some and get some of the gang to help.
Just confirm.
so
Tiffany's still in the room, right?
Yes. Oh, sorry, I didn't put her down because I'm checking audio. So if you, so for one, you can't take any of these guns. Just to put it out there, they're not there for player use.
Oh, I know.
Secondly, if you do fire them, they are being used. It is then a used weapon. The Fort Mechanicus don't genuinely. You can look over it, check the, do a breakdown on the gun. But with las weapons, every time you fire it, you are damaging the lens ever so slightly.
Yeah, you're generating wear on the lens and stuff. Yeah, technically, partially hitting the barrel and partially warping it.
But just doing a breakdown and checking, okay, look, that's all as it should be. I've seen this multiple times throughout my life. Yeah, you can do that without damaging the weapon at all. And because you're both guard members, you would know. Yeah, sure, you can do that. It's just test firing it. You're handing these over to someone who was fairly high up in the military. He probably knows when you're giving me new weapons. Oh, brilliant. Hang on, this one's been used. I can tell by the
The carbon scoring.
Yeah, some sort of nonsense like that. The heat of the barrel, I can tell the warpness. Yeah. But sure, you can break it down. You can certainly do that.
I'll help with that. Just break down a couple of weapons to make sure they're in working order.
I'm just gonna smile and wave because I have no idea how to handle guns like that. I'm not a military woman, so smile and wave.
Smile and wave, boys.
So, if there's nothing immediate that the group wants to go over, you can disappear off to your separate rooms, and we can end this day and move on to the 25th.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
So, the 25th arrives. Some when late breakfast, about 9:30, 9:45, a delivery turns up at the club, an unscheduled delivery, that's the right word. And you quickly find that when you open the door up... Shit, who did you go to for the guns? I know you asked Dodgy Dave for some things, but you don't think you asked him. Who would you have gone to for the guns? I think we may have missed out that bit.
I think we said Dodgy Dave and...
No. You're just picking one because you're not breaking down these weapons.
What I mean was, I think we were talking about Dodgy Dave and Mr. Black, but decided on just Dodgy Dave because Mr. Black might be angry that we killed some of his friends.
Okay, so the back of the truck, the door gets opened up or folded up, however they do open, and you can see a grinning face that you know quite well of Dodgy Dave. He stands there looking quite pleased with himself. You all right there, fellas and ladies? I got you the good stuff. I got you the real McCoy this time. Check it out. It even stamped with the Munitorum. Yeah, it is the Munitorum. The Munitorum stamp of approval. They're straight off the line. These are.
Oh, excellent. Oh, thanks for that.
Smile.
Good, it's a good
Smile,
sign of
wave.
quality.
Look for Darius and Ezio, like... Check?
Yep.
A couple of your servitors can come along and help lift the crates out of Dodgy Dave's truck and load them off into your storeroom, which isn't actually on the map. So you guys aren't on the map at the moment. You're currently in your stock room.
Open up one of the boxes and don't take one of the ones from the top. Take one of the ones from the bottom, just to be sure of the quality.
Sure. So you go through. There's this synthetic. Well, actually, there's an agri world. No, it's probably still cheaper to make synthetic. There's this synthetic packing, shredded material, which you're quite used to seeing, Darius. The quartermasters normally have it around the quartermasters barracks. You take out the first couple, going down through the layers. You pick one from not the bottom, but about the middle, lower middle. Take one out. Pass one to Ezio. Take one out for yourself. Again, these are standard Mark 3. Wait.
M36 and las guns.
Yes, these are the Mark 3, the M36. Because I know we had a chat about this last time, and the one in the Inquisitorial handbook is the Mars variant, isn't it?
Yeah. Give me order here.
So yeah, these are the Mars variants. They do not have the fuck you right off switch.
They do have a 3-round burst function.
Yes. You're quite surprised Dodgy Dave was able to get these. But then when you look at the truck that Dodgy Dave has turned up with, how he's dressed, he's clearly moved up in the world a little bit since your patronage, as you did use him to get all the equipment and all the stuff for your bar. It seems to have helped him out quite a bit.
We're actually useful
Yeah,
for the community.
Little.
Funding local businesses.
And you and Ezio can easily, easily, efficiently, and quickly do a field strip down and open the gun up, and you can see everything's where it should be. These are not fakes.
No obvious signs of wear and tear in the internal mechanisms, so it's not like just external.
Yeah, these are factory fresh, essentially.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Steal half the ones off the top.
You need all of them to buy the Psyker Child. Come on.
Yeah. We're literally 200 fucking M36 las guns in a couple of boxes. Like, holy shit. Did we get any las packs with them? It was just the ones built in.
They have one built in and one spare for each gun. You can see that they have basically like packing tape that's wrapped around the butt where there's a spare mag attached to each gun. So the gun comes with 2 mags that are serial numbered to the gun.
Okay. Fair enough then. Yeah, just match up in serial number. Or like the next in production, more or less. Fair enough. Okay, I think we're good. When does our rental truck get here for us to deliver this shit?
You can specify a time. You can basically ring up the company and be like, right, we want the truck tomorrow, and they'll come tomorrow. If you want to set off today, you can set off today.
What was the date for the Rogue Traders thing?
You have to be aboard the ship on the 113th day.
113th, and we're on the...
You're on the 95th.
Okay, fair. Yeah, we've got some time, but I say we do this tomorrow just to make sure we actually have some time left over to
Good idea.
Wait.
Just to confirm, why did we have to go to the Rogue Trader again? Was it at the regular scheduled time where our boss
I'll be
arrived?
No. Not yet. I think it's something to do with the gun cutter, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
And the investigation, probably. So.
No, fair.
Alright. When do we want to go with this?
I would think ASAP. The faster these weapons get down, the faster. If the child, the faster it can go up. The faster this thing is.
Did we have any way of contacting the Wild Wardens?
I look at Mordecai.
Mordecai, just... No, not Mordecai. Hold on, she just stepped out for a second there.
Oh, shit.
I'm asking this because I don't remember how this character. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't remember if we got a box.
Ever specified.
I don't think we got a box frequency for them.
Okay then, because if we were to warn them that we're coming down with cargo, it might be a good idea to have sentries posted along the way.
Maybe have Mordecai move in front.
Well, remember, so you are taking your whole gang with you. You have 22 extra people who are assisting you in this matter.
Which would be, again, better to warn because we're literally an invasion incursion type of deal in this case.
I think it's more, Jim was more thinking along the lines that we don't get shot at by them.
That too, actually.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, in these sorts of situations, you have to go on, because you're the friendly group, you have to go, oh, something moved in the dark. Are you the Wild Wardens? When they shoot at you, you go, no, they're not. Fire back. Like, that's the situation you're kind of in. When you see something, you either have to see it really, really well to know, okay, that's not a Wild Warden, or you have to let them know that you're looking for them and accept the consequences.
There's goal with me.
Yeah. Well, we know that
they
we know
don't
them
have
to their base, right?
They don't have comms like that would be of any use because they're so far down. They do have places that you can meet with wardens to get messages across, because that's how the Poison Kiss deal with them. Yeah. I'll give you this, Liliana, because you're fucking the former number 2 of the gang.
Former?
Yeah, she's not actually part of the. Well, she's not a sitting member of the gang anymore because she spends all of her time here with Liliana. So she's basically retired from the gang to help run or help organize the Raven Claw gang, or whatever you called your gang.
She's a sitting advisor. I wouldn't say like she's straight for tires, but I mean.
Because she doesn't really have anything to do with the day-to-day running of the gang anymore, of the Poison Kiss, like she used to do.
About that.
So because of that, she has essentially retired from active duty on the Poison Kiss gang, but she still can insert herself, like with your mission earlier to the sex party. She was like, well, I don't have to tell them that I'm going, I'm just going. But with contacting them, you can ask the Poison Kiss to send a message down, but Liliana can tell you that that's all done with runners. So although the Poison Kiss can call up the lowest level that they have control over in the hive, well, civilized level, you guys are probably still going to get there considerably quicker than someone who has to run down, because you've paid for express transport through the hive.
Yeah, I mean, if we can go to the previous fungus farm,
yep,
we liberated and gave over to them more or less. We can meet them there, let them know ahead of time, and let them send their runners, and then just carry on.
Yeah, no, you can do that. That's completely possible.
Sounds good to me. I mean, but I already thought it was, we're leaving today then, or tomorrow, it doesn't matter. If we're leaving tomorrow, we just go warn them today that we, bring someone over from your gang to, accompany us, just, so we're on the up and up.
Sure. I suppose.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so the 25th, you send a message to the Poison Kiss. They tell you that that's fine. Normally it's a couple of days before they even, hope to hear back from them. But they'll basically say, look, don't get back to us. Just a group is coming down to meet you. They'll go to the fungus farm, and that message gets sent on the 25th. You guys have a day off to organize your troops and to get the plan straight. You guys are carrying this shit. You stay in the middle, protect this stuff. If any of you try to open these crates, we will bitch slap you into submission. That kind of goodness.
Psychically.
And prepare, basically. The 26th comes along, and the truck turns up in your warehouse for this establishment, stockroom. It comes inside, basically blocking any view from the outside. You get the crates loaded up, and the gang members all loaded up. You grab food from the bar because, well, it's there. You might as well grab a load of cheeses, ration packs, civilian ration packs, or whatever gruel you're feeding to your clientele, and you head off. So it still takes you a decent chunk of time to head all the way down to the lower hive from where you are. Let me just do a quick calculation. Down to the lowest level. So it takes you about 6 hours to get to essentially where this all began. You go down to Hab level Zeta 1. I think it's Zeta 1. And from there, essentially the truck driver tells you, look, we can only go down one more level. And that's with special permission, which they have. But after that, you have to essentially take it from there. There's not going to be road access down any lower than that. So he takes you down another level. This takes you actually quite close to your original base. So you get down to the original base level, almost, 6 hours in, and your gang unload the crates. You set yourselves up in a marching formation where, to be honest with you, you can change this if you want. I was thinking some of you guys up front to be the peepers, to be on lookout. Some of you guys at the back to stop stragglers from falling behind, and your men in the middle with the boxes. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds
good.
About
Sure.
right.
I'll.
I would also have my server's call.
I mean,
What's it in front of me, like as an advanced code.
It also kind of serves how we usually end up going places anyway. So I'm guessing me and Liliana kind of in the front, and Darius and
back with the range weapons. Also, so.
yeah.
Okay, so you head on down with these massive crates filled with las guns. It's fairly slow going. Just as you make it down one more level, because you haven't explored this level properly, but after some time you're like, okay, no, that's the staircase we use to get down to our base. So okay, from here on you kind of already know the way. with how the hive works, the underhive does kind of change over the months, but you're quite fortunate that when you're coming down, it seems like you can use the same path you used last time. However, your men and women begin talking. Throne have never gone down this far before. Have you heard the stories? What they say lives down here? It's alright, we can handle them. They say they eat flesh.
I was just thinking, yeah, I've heard all the stories about twists too.
I might, for a couple every now and then, and say, you know, they don't just eat the flesh. They'll first salt you up and lick you clean off. Then they will eat your flesh while you're still alive. And then I'm just gonna say, that of course is absolute madness and bullshit, so don't worry about, dumb rumors.
Right, command check, please. -10.
Don't have command. Yay.
Can I do it?
-10. Yay.
Unfortunately, she was the one who decided to tell them about, oh yeah, there are terrors down here, there are horrible things.
Fuck you. I'm amazing.
Wow! Holy shit!
Ladies and gentlemen, God Emperor be praised. The first roll of the night is a natural 1.
Well, there
Yeah,
goes
God.
the first busy.
Okay. So although Darius may be like hearing this and going, oh no, this is not what you do for morale, fortunately you say it in a way that kind of gets your troops, quote unquote, looking worried and scared, but then seeing your like devilish grin, your abrupt to this terror that they're feeling, and ending with a joke, kind of gets them all like, look, if this little girl can be all, we're under hive, we're gangers, we can handle it. They actually seem to calm down and quieten up.
Good. Excellent. I'm surprised. A little.
I'm the bloody lady that taught these people Haka. Of course they respect me.
This is true. The silly little dance thing. They're like, okay, maybe she does know something, or maybe that wasn't just weird.
Lord. The Emperor.
So you keep pushing on. There are a few times when essentially the crates get stuck. You think, okay, we should be able to squeeze through, but the passageway narrows ever so slightly more, slight enough that the eye couldn't see it. So you have to do some wiggling and turning the boxes round and trying to find their skinniest points. So it's not as quick moving as you would have liked, especially as you know this path. But a few hours in, we are now on 11 hours of wakefulness, but also trudging through. So it's 6 hours of traveling in a truck, and then 5 hours of walking through the underhive. Your men are starting to complain, saying that they need a break.
Yeah.
Some spot somewhere.
Are we past our base at this point? Our former base?
A long way past it, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if...
I say we start looking for spot them or start clearing one.
I think if we get our guys to but set gear down for a moment and send someone ahead for, say, Etsu and me, or Etsu one of the Psychers or something, to go scouting for a good place where we can set up for a few hours, or not a few hours, but well, probably an hour or two for a break. Sure. Just a quick breather here while I go off and scout for a few minutes.
I mean,
Sounds good.
how far are we from the Wardens?
Best
Doesn't matter
best estimate you can think of with how slow you're moving. You've got about 10 hours.
And this is a bad spot, or
Give me an awareness check.
any bonuses for taking my
No.
time?
No, this is just getting your gist of, is this a good area to make camp? So as you start looking around, you can see your men are kind of starting to dawdle a little bit. You can see that this was probably once a hive highway. So it's a highway that's probably like 8 lanes long. You've been traveling along it. There's a lot of debris that's fallen down from like the roof that's caused it to be like piles of just, well, debris that have built up. So you've been walking through that. There are no buildings anywhere in your vicinity. You could leave the highway to get to buildings, but at the moment you've got one massive pile of just junk in front of you. You've got 2 massive piles behind you. There's an area in the middle that technically you can like just sit down and take 5, take 10, and you would be able to have sentries on top of the 3 piles of detritus. It's not the best area because there are, as you look around, you can see, well, if someone does have a long arm, a sniper rifle of some variant, we are exposed. But at the same time, if they're coming on foot, well, you've got the 3 basically watchtowers that you can have men on. So it depends on what you get attacked by. Being in the Underhive, you're pretty sure they're not going to have a sniper rifle of any variant, so you'll have to use your own personal experience on if you think this place is defendable enough.
I would
At least get us into some buildings.
I will stay outside, to be honest. In the building they can get the drop on us. Here we have clear lines of sight.
In a building, they have to come to us. Out here, they can shoot us from any window.
That's why I'm thinking just take a small break here while we look for somewhere decent we can actually take a proper rest. Because non-stop marching is going to completely demoralize everyone here, including us.
I mean, I was thinking.
Get them inside a building. Me and Ezio will go ahead and make sure that we'll try and find somewhere more suitable.
I think once we stop, they will not want to move.
I'm just gonna be looking around and say, well, for now we should probably just let them rest a little bit here. We'll set up the 3 sentries, and you guys look for a better place for us to take a little rest. But
yeah,
I don't see anywhere.
They don't live here, and this is the middle of the fucking Underhive. They're not just gonna like stop and stay here. They're gonna want to keep moving eventually. They're gonna need a break.
I mean, I
These
could
are
use a break too.
Yeah, we don't want to tire ourselves out in case we do actually run into something like those fucking bats again.
Don't remind me of that.
Yes, I know what bats are, but I don't know what eagles are.
My head still hurts from that day.
You know, not that just say that, but then we'll look up and go like, please no bats, please no bats. So if you see any bats.
And that's why I'm kind of a little bit worried about just going straight into a building. That's why we need scouts to go find a building first, because we did pass through a building to meet those things.
True, but just a building is better than waiting out here.
Yeah. All right. So I mainly suggested that to going forward in scouting because, well, you were a scout sniper, right?
Yes,
Right.
39th.
I have a little bit of experience of shouting at people to get them to do things, so that's kind of why I want to stay behind. But if you guys want to take over, me and Ezio can go off and do that.
I mean, I think it's better if you stay here.
Me going to sort stuff out works because I'm
You're
good at
also
finding
so-
things.
You're also melee, dude.
Yeah.
I like those nice.
Who? Me? Or
Yeah. Wasn't Darius use melee?
No.
no? I'm what do you call it?
Desperado.
Yeah, Desperado. I'm the gunslinger.
I must have confused you with someone else.
I mean, I am close quarters at times, but
Alright, never mind.
all right. Me and Liliana will go take him aside, find a good spot for him to like put stuff down and prepare the sentries. You guys go off and go find us a building to camp out in for about an hour. How about that?
Sounds like a good plan.
Sounds good.
Right.
I will do a psychic, the Psynician thing, just to make sure nothing crazy is next to us, other than the stuff you originally see, like, the negative plays and stuff like that. And no, look at that. After my natural one.
I'm also going
Just down here from you.
I got 2 degrees.
So
So,
we wasted another natural one. Your next couple of rules were actually great. God damn it.
I know.
Yeah.
so as
Fuck my life.
the group splits up, your men put down these large crates, and they essentially just sit down for a bit. You guys have basically taken on the key roles here. So Darius, you were staying behind. Do you want to do anything with the men as you stay behind?
Yeah, we have the difference between skirmishers and fighters. I take it the skirmishers are the gun ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Out of the skirmishers, I want to find the ones that are look the least kind of tired and just kind of alright. You come with me, you come with me, you come with me. Find 2 and get into a position or lead them up to positions where they can sit down and 2 at a time actually, because there's 11 of them.
Yes.
I'd say grab one of the fighters still, just
Yeah.
in case someone rushes them. So,
Skirmisher and a
buddy
fighter.
system.
Yeah, buddy up. 2 for each kind of sentry point. That way they actually don't get bored and like fucking wander off. They can talk to each other.
Sure.
To
So you just want
everyone
4.
else.
6.
There's 3
right?
spots.
So
3 spots for
remember,
sentries?
you're on a massive highway at the moment. There's debris that's fallen down and made piles along the road. So you're cutting through these massive hills of rubble along this gigantic 8-laned highway. Currently, where you are, there's an opening in the center where your men are chilling out. You have 2 big piles behind you, and you have 1 big pile in front of you. The rest of the group is walking off past the big pile in front of you to try and find a way off of the highway and to find a building.
Yeah, actually, one each side, so 1 in front, 1 behind. Actually, doesn't sound too bad. So or 1 group ahead, 1 group behind doesn't sound too bad. So 2 in the pile in front of us, 2 in the pile, or 1 of the piles behind us, and I'll walk between them, I suppose.
Okay.
stop for about a couple of minutes, chat, make sure all's okay, and walk to the next one, do the same thing. Because they don't have microbeads, right?
Correct.
Alright, so I will just say if they spot anything that looks... If they spot anything, don't say anything. Just make Ooh, what have they got on them?
The basic equipment.
Yeah. Right, let me see.
I'll tell. Since they're saying buddy system, maybe instead of buddy, make it a trio. Two stay behind and one runs back to warn us. And I'll make sure to be moving around the groups, the two, sentries, points.
Holy shit! Okay, fair enough.
Wow! Holy shit!
Now!
They backed you both fast.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's far better than what I was expecting of them.
Yeah.
I'll be going around the two groups, just making sure they're all fine.
Yeah, that's more or less what I'm doing too. If they spot anything noticeable, they wait until either Liliana and I arrive. If they see something that's outwardly hostile, like they know it's going to be fucking something hostile, then they shout.
Cool, not a problem. And you guys are just going in between the sentries.
Yeah. While everyone else is taking a rest, we'll just walk between the two.
Okay, marvelous. So our group who are going off and going along the highway. So it's Mordecai and Ezio. You set off with your servo skulls in tow, heading down this massive highway. How do you want to go about it? Again, there are these massive piles of rubble that have fallen in from ceilings far above to make little hills of rubble dotted all over the highway. The highway,
Okay.
by the way, is slanting downwards slightly.
Okay. I kind of take Ezio's lead because he knows what kind of a good cover would be. I'm just kind of trying to keep him back up and.
Do I spot any building that will be...
You're on a massive highway.
You said there were buildings to the side.
They are way off to the side. If you want, you can walk to the edge of the highway and see just how far it is until you can actually reach them.
I mean, can I send Beethoven to do it while I walk over there?
Sure, you can send Beethoven. You can give him the order. Check that building, and he gives you a affirmative, and he takes off.
Does have a box data relay system so we can watch while he's doing it.
You don't have a so you don't have a tablet to watch the footage on. You'd need
not work on a data slate.
No, you're giving data slates way too much credit. Remember 40k technology? Tablets in our time are far, far better. If you wanted a tablet in 40k that acted like a tablet from our time, you're talking about an Archaeotech tablet. That's a tablet that was built in the dark age of technology, the great age of technology. So that would be like an iPad tablet, but much more advanced. 40k, yet not so much. Not so.
What you're looking
I
for
thought through
is
the normal Vox data relay system.
No, it has. You can communicate with it, so you can go on your Vox and tell Beethoven to do things at distance. That's not a problem. It's just you can't watch what he's recording and what he sees unless you have a Cognite unit. You can get portable Cognite units, but they are biblically heavy. So you'd have to either have a muscle person in your group who can carry it, or get a servitor. If you get a servitor, it's biblically slow. You can employ an NPC to live aboard your ship, and he can literally, his job is to watch the servitor feeds and communicate to you. That's also a job that a tech priest can do.
a personal cogitator is actually only 1.5 kilos.
So I think it. Well, I think it's I think it's on the radical one. Is a cognitator that can actually record, pick feed transmissions. So it is a specialized one. It's under the radical book, I believe.
Oh shit! What was that?
I think it says it underneath the pick fly or one of the recording equipments. It says you need a special cognite designed to pick up, like specially designed to pick. This is the thing with 40k and technology. Yeah, they have advanced shit, but most of their stuff is, you know, retardedly crap.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can record footage. You can take a data crystal from it and put it into a cognite unit and watch it from there, because they're big chunky things. But a little computer for doing complex calculations on or reading of data normally will not have a screen that's capable, transmitter that's capable of picking up the. You'd have to hook into a transmitter for that. You can have a load of equipment and connect it all together to make these kind of things, or you can take it from the Tau. I mean, to be honest with you, the Tau have this kind of technology.
Well, tech priests do have it. It's just we don't have, because we're not on a Forge world or anything, or have access to a fully dedicated mechanical thing. We don't have access to their Wi-Fi equivalent.
Yes.
If we had a couple hundred meters of data conduit cable hooked up to your to the servo skull, and then to a personal cogitator, that could work. But then that's just a massive cable going between your servo skull and thing. That's why Jenny could do it earlier. She could kind of do it when she had the skull set up, because she was a proper mechanicus. It's going to be harder for us because we're guardsmen, not mechanicus.
Non-augmented humans. She has mechanicus implants that allow her to commune with the machine. So you can send Beethoven off, and as you watch him, he flies over. He's about a lane away from the edge, and then I'm sure he's flown off the edge. Does reach the building though. After a couple of moments, you've carried on walking, and you finally got to the edge, and you look down, and it is an enormous drop. It's got to be about 5 stories up. You look down, and you just see darkness. Every now and then, you can see just like this peak, almost like a stalactite of detritus that has built up over the years of just floors from above collapsing down. And Beethoven finally gives you a message tone in your comm bead, and you hear his machine voice telling you that he has reached the target location. No life forms detected, or no humanoid life forms detected, and no movement.
As soon as I would see the drop, and I get the shine, I ask him to return. Well, Mordecai, I don't think we're getting off the ramp this way.
Well, that'd be impressive if we could.
I mean, we can jump if we will live.
Well, you before me.
I mean, you have the magic-y stuff. Surely you must have some psychic power to save yourself.
Only pure faith in the God Emperor himself could save someone from that fate.
Fair enough.
Let's continue our search.
Do I see any better rebel constructions?
Yeah, there's a number. As soon as you get past one, you can see that there's another one not too far down. Nothing obstructs the road completely. It's 8 lanes. You can always find a way, but you are dodging and weaving in between these obstructions.
Yeah, but there's like a sort of construction that would be relatively secluded.
You would need to you would need to climb up and get a vantage point, because at the moment you're on a highway that appears to have a massive drop on either side. So you kind of need to look for an off-ramp, or whatever they used for an off-ramp.
Is there thing that I can climb up high?
Yeah, you can climb up the rubble and try and get a better view of what's going on. If you climb to the top, give me an agility test with a +20. Once at the top, you can give me an awareness check with a +10. Yeah, you easily climb up. As you're climbing up, you do notice that there are some really precarious stones where they're like leaning, and it looks like it should be safe, but as you like touch it, you can see that it's actually a counterlever. So as you put your foot on it, just to see what would happen, you notice that it lifts up a large amount of rubble. Wow, that's basically a dead drop. A type of dead drop, but you avoided it easily enough, and you climb up. Once up, you can see that this is a vast area, like most of the hive itself. It's a gigantic mega highway, essentially. You can see where you've come down onto it with your group, a collapsed building that had fallen over, and you'd gone through some sewer pipes, and that led you onto there. You climbed down, right? That's probably where your group is. You notice from back here, you've probably walked like half an hour away from your group. They do seem to stick out a bit, but more on that in a second. As you look further off into the distance, you don't see any off-ramps. And then you... Oh, hang on a minute. What's that there? You look over and you can see that there's a number of large piles of debris. Best guess, this is kind of like another half an hour, 45 minutes walk ahead of you. It looks as if either a chunk of the mega highway has fallen away, but no, it looks... You think you can make out a square corner, like two cuts that make a perfect corner. No, maybe it drops. Maybe the highway, actually the whole floor in the middle lane, for example, drops down and then spaghettis off. That might be a way down. You have an option. You can press on for half an hour, 45 minutes, and see if that is a way off, or you can head back to your group.
Your name are findings from Mordecai.
I think we should probably warn them that we can still see them all the way out here quite easily.
Yeah.
If they get ambushed while we're out here, we won't be able to do anything to help.
Yeah. Anyway, if we split up, can we split up our group so that they're all in somewhat of a cover? Like 5 Jews at that pile, 6 Jews at the other pile, relatively close together.
Well, no, that's what so you left to go and scout. It's up to Darius how he deploys the men, and Liliana.
No, I'm looking at our previous position where I can see them.
Yeah, no, so that means you'd have to go back to them. Well, I suppose you can comm them. You guys have...
I was thinking, I was more asking, from this position here, can I determine if it would be possible to arrange them in such a manner that we would be that all people would be relatively covered?
probably not.
Right. Well, best to move on then, Mordecai. We're still quite exposed here.
I'm just gonna, before I do that, I'm just gonna come over and try to get through to them and let them know that they are very visible right now.
Also mention that the Ophrams also say that the highway is very elevated, so we shouldn't be doing very of an attack from the sides except for aerial assaults.
Right, okay.
I guess
Anything short of putting top over us, I don't. Do you have any ideas of what to do to make us less visible? We're in a highway. We can only go forwards and backwards in this point in time, right? So,
Yeah, can I give them pointers in, like, from what I can see, like, where it might be better to hide?
Alright,
Sure, you can give them pointers. The pointers are someone in your group is smoking and causing a giant light source because it's dark down here, guys. You've got a load of gangers who have just told to have a break. What do you think they're doing at this time? They've had 15 minutes of having the two guys who are meant to look after them going from the two sentry posts, constantly checking on them. So they're all like, oh, well, let's light up and have a smoke. Fortunately, I rolled their willpower. Enough of them have succeeded, so none of them have done any opiates or any other drugs.
Okay, yeah.
They've just stopped and had. But now that you've been told, Darius, you kind of like, huh? You look down and you can see like they're passing lit bits of paper between them so they can light their glow sticks and.
Yeah, I'm going over and saying, I'm basically going over, standing over them and saying, put that shit out.
But it's a low break.
It's a breather break. It's not a smoke break. You can smoke when we actually get to the location.
Can I get a command check? I'm probably... you are there. I'll give you a +10.
Okay. Watch me fuck it up.
But you do... So you do notice that as soon as you said, right, well, put them out, a lot of the guys who are more... like, they know you're one of the bosses. They start, like, quickly, like, chain smoking, just like... Whereas some of the mouthier ones are trying to be like, well, why should we? And then you've come over and just the way you've said it and you're standing there just like, put them out. You're giving us away. They kind of look round at just the darkness, just ruins, just a really gloomy, horrible, nightmarish place. And they'll get the hint. No, they throw their glow sticks down and start putting them out. And you hear hushed, like, put it out, put the paper out. Someone clearly who was hidden behind the crate starts stamping. You see a little bit more than just a little bit of paper being burnt. Has he been trying to burn something else?
I'll go. Well, the guy the group I was talking to in the meantime will say, "Don't worry, you will get your glow stick break, and we'll tell you when. But for now, don't." And I'll go around to the corner to actually check to see what the hell they were actually burning, like what they had cut up to burn, because I don't remember giving them any paper.
It seems as if on their journey down here, they found something that is organic, that somehow one of them knew could be used as a fuel source, and that they had bought it a few times in the lower hive markets to keep their hab block a little bit warmer.
Okay.
And he saw it, and as you go around there and look, there's a horrible smell, really, really horrible smell, and it looks like they were trying to heat up like a can of something.
Oh no!
It's the gerbil.
It's a gerbil. Oh fuck. Okay, so they're trying to cook food at the moment. I take it. Wait, that's a can of something.
He was trying to warm up a can of mystery meat.
Corpse starch.
Civilian rations of like dried stuff, right?
Well, you got stuff from they're eating from stuff from the club.
Yeah.
So it's like your cheapest food that you serve at the club, which is canned mystery meat. You're lucky if it's gerbils.
Yeah.
It's a kind of mystery gerbil.
Yeah, I'll tell him to kind of hold off on it for now. That stuff you've been picking up to cook or to light. Keep an eye out for more of it, because that could come in handy.
He gives a nod.
Good job on
Eats his tin of lukewarm meat. Holds out some of this mystery material that he was burning. He found some extra. It's quite long, round, tubular in a way, but not smooth. It's very rigid and has
Dried
lumps.
shit, isn't it?
Yes.
What the
Right,
fuck?
shit.
He puts it back in his pocket.
You know what?
No!
I actually don't think this will faze me, so I'll just shrug my shoulders and say, yeah, keep an eye out for it, and carry on.
No!
Many cultures use dried shit as a fuel source.
If you've got to start a fire somehow, you've got to do it. And I'm pretty fucking sure you're in the guard. You've probably done it before. I've been in the guard, so I've probably done it before. So yeah, fuck it. It's the same way you use condoms to carry water.
Mongolians use horseshit as their fuel for their armies.
Yeah, they all around our world they've used shit as a fuel source. It just is what it is. It's just a little bit grimmer because it's kind of human shaped. It's kind of, you've probably seen many a turd like that as you've checked in the morning, just like
Lovely. They're gathering petrified shit to.
What you
cook
can
together.
only hope is petrified human shit. Yes.
I will calm.
What if it is goddamn tentacle mutant shit?
Maybe.
Then we're burning more of the twists than they like. So fuck it, it's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna calm Mordecai and Ezio again to see if that's helped our visibility at all.
It has.
I presume.
Okay.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
There's no longer little beads of light being projected behind the rubble that give off shadows and light.
Okay. I'll
Not perfect, but it's better than you were before.
All right. Well, we'll tell them to carry on and put it into your step because we've got antsy guys here looking for smoke break and food soon. And I'll just return to the rounds, but I'll actually check in with everyone else as well. So I'm doing sentry, group, sentry, group,
Sure.
sentry, group, back and forth.
So as the scouts push on, I'm guessing you want to go to that cut in bit. You push on for another. It turns out to be half an hour, so you're an hour away from your group now. Even when you stand up on the rubble, you can barely make out. Excuse me. You can barely make out where they are. You think you've got enough. you know, right, they're roughly there, but they're so far away, it's so dark, and now they've put out all the lights, you just can't see their sentries on top of those mounds of rubble. But it is as Ezio saw. You come round this big pile of debris, and yeah, there's an off ramp here. Well, a down ramp. Essentially, the road goes down in the middle lane, and Spaghetti's off. It shoots off down and to the left, and it seems to keep going. There's not as much debris on there, but it does go down to a single lane road.
I think we found our winner.
I don't like this.
Is there anything you do like?
Yes. A knife in close space from which it can come from one direction, riddled with mines, some tortilla guns. But those are very rare. Only saw them once on a folder.
Right.
Oh, and a battery of basilisks. Took her friend to direct.
I don't even know what those are, but
Big
I'll
guns.
take your word for it.
Big guns that shoot from very, very far.
I heard birds. Very big birds.
I mean, they are quite big birds in a way.
Basilisk, they are the species, right?
Basilisk is a field artillery.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're long. Their shells fly through the air and make sounds just like any other bird.
They do hit a lot harder.
So, are you going back to inform your group?
Yes.
Can I make a survival check to see if this spot is better than the previous spot, or awareness check?
Well, so you were only looking for somewhere for the group to stop that they could make somewhat secure. If you're planning on moving the group here and then stopping and having a break, because remember, your men now have been sat on their ass for an hour, so that's a break. If you want to check, if you do want to move, check like the surrounding areas for any traps or anything like that, then sure, you can use survival.
And what to see if this would be a better spot to camp for tonight.
Oh, we are
Camp for the night. You've only been so. This
Gone
is
an
now.
hour.
This is
I mean,
now
we still
12
need to go.
hours. This
We're
is now
not
12
camping
hours that
for
you've
the
been
night.
awake. You know.
I mean, you have to think. By the time we actually get back, we'll have given the men a 2-hour break
yeah.
already.
Yeah, you could just come ahead and say, like, alright, the path is clear, it's been an hour. That's probably enough of a break. We'll probably head on and meet you guys. You just stay where you are and you take your break.
Yeah, that is what I was about to suggest.
I was under the impression we were looking for somewhere to
No.
and do the remaining 12 hours the next day.
No. We're just looking for them to take a breather because carrying big heavy boxes. Don't forget, we're helping them carry boxes filled with. We have at least 200 las guns here.
Yeah, we
And
got
these are just.
You have 4 boxes of 50 each.
Yeah, and each las gun itself is 4 kilos. Each las pack on top of that is 400 grams each. So that's an additional. Yeah. So. Put like that. They're carrying a good heft alongside. So we're just giving them a break to sit down, take a breather, and then if we find somewhere nice for them to camp out for another hour or so later, then they can have food and a smoke. It's just for morale. It's not like we're sitting there for 8 hours or something to get them sleep. Because we've only been walking for how long?
6 hours.
Yeah, that's. I mean, for 6
So
hours
sure,
and have an hour break. That's not too bad.
You can come over to them and they can make their way over to you. That's fine.
Yeah, so I was going to do that anyway. It's like, Right, it took us about an hour to get here. We can either go back and give them a 2-hour break, but then I'm on my feet all day. And I'm not a gardener like you, Ezio. I can't do that.
I mean,
I work in a lab. Let's just radio back and tell them to come meet us here. And then if they have an issue, well, we're not that far away in reality.
All right.
Thank you. And I flop down on the side and just microbead back. Found nowhere really to rest, but an hour should keep them in line for until we can find somewhere. Can meet us down the road, and I give them instructions on how to get to exactly where we are.
Fair enough. Yeah, we should just get the pack or grab the things and hit the. Well, we're already on the road, so get the feet moving again.
I'll tell you guys now, you are beloved by Nuffle at the moment. I've done rolls to see, like, okay, so what's going to happen? I even built a little map, just in case. You know. And Nuffle does indeed love you all. You had one, I'll take you over to the other map. You had one bad roll of an 87, I think. That's what kick-started the little mutiny, the little panic fear going on. That was resolved with a natural one. And then literally they've had 172, which was resolved. They've had a 4, an 8, a 7, a 10, a 21 and a 34. It just had such low numbers that, yeah, as you pick up your men and go to move out, you hear, like, off in the distance, like, we're talking, you have to look across 4 of the lanes over to the other buildings where you hear a real faint, like, cry, and then just nothing. And then almost like an animalistic cackle that comes. This is way off in the distance. Even with the echo, it's tiny in terms of volume. So it's nowhere near you guys. And you push on. For Mordecai and Ezio, you also hear these odd noises that are so far off in the distance. They're nowhere near you. But something died and got eaten would be your best guess. If you had to guess what happened, something died, got eaten, and what ate it gave a little ha 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 out into the to let everything know that he had killed and eaten, and now it was happy.
And that's why we don't smoke unless we have permission.
There's just a quiet and white-faced nods coming from you, from your men.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. Before I did the entire thing about smoking, I was like, I think Leonardo should probably smoke. Then I suddenly think, wait, we're in the middle of a highway. Anybody can shoot me if they see a tiny speck of light from like a mile away. Like, smoke later.
Even 2 miles, to be honest.
So, 2 hours are added on to your journey. 1 hour as your main group waited, and 1 hour as your scout group waits. But there are no tragedies, no attacks, no ambushes. Beloved by Nuffle you are. You see the off-ramp that your comrades had found, and you follow it down, and it seems to be a lot easier going. For quite some time, you actually make some good headway. As your no, they probably wouldn't. As your men kind of take turns carrying the crates, and you're on a more of a slope downwards now. The angle has dropped considerably from the megaway. A few more hours pass, and it's again, you've made good progress. You come to an area that you start to recognize. You're pretty sure you remember that debris, and oh yeah, that jumble of rust there. I remember that. Jenny didn't like that when she saw it. You think you're on the right path to get to where you're going. You're not quite sure how you lost the path originally, but it's such a maze down here that you're kind of just thankful to the Emperor that you found where you are anyway. That you're close to where you want to be anyway. As you push on a little bit further, you're now certain that you're in the right location, and you're nearly 100% sure that drain pipe there will lead you down to the fungus farm. This is an extra 4 hours of walking that you've done. So you have been traveling now for 16 hours in total.
Before we get down there, I do want to warn our people, like, that basically that we're gonna see mutants, but they're the ones we're here for. So don't shoot them on sight.
They're not too happy, but they've had to deal with mutants before. They are all underhivers, after all.
Yeah.
Your gang is not made up of the best of society. No, much more the worse.
Wow. It just would have been a dreadful shame to come all the way down here, only for it to end in one of you shooting them.
So sorry, you were travelling for 3 hours, and then you found this area. You think from here you've got another 4 hours of walking.
Right. Okay. So we carried on for 3 hours. That'd be 7 hours. This march. They had about an hour break. Yeah, we'll get them to hoof it, and when we arrive, we'll have a good rest. Some of us can even sleep.
Sure.
Try and tempt them with the process of you get a proper low stick break this time, and even cook up some food. All we have to do is finish this march.
You can do that. So do you guys just head down the water tunnel down to where the fungus farm is?
I think that's a good idea, but before we do that, we could... I don't have the seroscope, but we could send one of the seroscopes down to keep an eye out, and we keep someone at least a few meters ahead of us, just because if shit happens, the main group will be warned.
I think this is where we need the guys at the front to go speed up, so they're a good bit ahead of us, but still within box range.
So essentially,
further ahead of us.
Ezio and Mordecai are told to scout ahead. Basically, we're going to move. Yeah. We're going to keep moving, but you two need to go ahead and just let us know if there's any problems.
Yeah. That way, if you run into the Wild Wardens, they don't suddenly attack us because they didn't get the word that massive group of people is coming down here. Because don't forget, we're what, 20.
Yeah, there's 20 something of us. Yeah.
Big group of 26 people. Some of them carrying boxes. Some of them are rather well armed. Yeah. I'm not wearing my carapace armor this time though. Shit.
Probably.
You could have if you wanted to. You could have come fully equipped because the truck drivers are getting you through security, and they're going to take you back to your club. That's why you paid them 1,000. So they're working with guilds. You can go fully equipped into the Underhive, not a problem.
Alright, I am fully equipped then. Eggs. I just need to readjust the wheel.
Thankfully, my equipment is usually always with me, so...
I mean, if you lose your equipment, it will be a big issue for you and your survival.
That means she's been eaten by a demon. Yes, yes.
Or beheaded. I was more thinking along the lines of being beheaded.
So
yeah, but that's not that easy either.
You and Mordecai and Ezio push on ahead. You're not that far ahead. Basically, when the group is halfway down the water tunnel, you're at the end of it. You can hear the sounds of working and talking, and there's a light coming at the end of the tunnel. Not the pearly gates, just the smell of fungus. And you can see what looks to be the silhouettes of people within the fungus room. Once you make it down, and you can see, because no one said they were rolling stealth, one of you steps in a puddle and there's this awkward slap sound. And you can see the silhouettes, kind of, one of them holds their hand up, and they go very quiet.
Who was the head of the group again? Sorry.
Me and Mordecai.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm not with you.
That's all
Well,
you guys.
Mordecai, you were the one to propose the deal. Introduce yourself.
Sorry, what was that? I completely spaced out for a minute. I thought someone just stepped in something.
Yeah, someone stepped up.
Someone got bitch slapped. I believe.
No, there was just a wet slap sound of someone stepping in out of the water pipe into the corridor, and there was a slap sound. And the silhouette stopped what they were doing. Looks like one of them held up their hand for quiet.
Yeah, I think we've encountered the wardens and leave you to announce our intentions. You were the ones who wanted to came up with the deal after all.
Yeah.
One want to steal your glory.
Yeah. I just call up, just basically shout up to them. Wild Wardens, we've come to trade with you. We've bought some stuff that you might find useful.
You see a musket barrel get swung round a door entrance, and some bloated thing holds it looking down the hallway as another face pops out. The face of the kind of oddly attractive porcupine girl. What you want? Oh, you. Why are you here? She kicks the bloated one, and he raises his gun and disappears round a corner.
We've come with, with aid, I suppose, and to trade with... I've written his name down somewhere, and I cannot find it right now.
She takes something out of her rather dirty coat pocket, puts it in her mouth, lights something on the wall. Looks like she's lighting it like a match, but she lights her whatever she is smoking, blows it out, and then puts it back in her pocket. Don't know what it was, but some sort of lighting device. There's a really horrible smell when she breathes out. Oh, you want to see boss? Okay. You know a way, or you need guide?
A guide may be useful. We have... But it's more than just us two. Let's put it that way. So a guide to announce our intentions so we don't start an accidental gang war would be Much appreciated.
No worry, I lead you. Yes, I take you. Come, follow me. She walks up to you. She's got kind of, again, that kind of frumpy walk, kind of a waddle. As she gets close to you, the fungus producing more than enough light for you to see her quills, her quills that run down around where her hair should be, and onto her face. I lead way. Keep men back. I introduce again.
Thank you. And I radio to the others just to follow, but stay back a little.
As she walks to the mouth of the tunnel, where you can clearly hear the sound of people walking down, and you've got 22 blokes. They're making quite a lot of noise. Just breathing and walking for them in a pipe, a lot of noise. You see her kind of peer round, sniff into the pipe, and then kind of just shake her head and waddle past the pipe.
They probably haven't showered in a while, I guess.
What shower mean?
When water flows over you.
We not have water to waste. We wash. She takes she just gestures like a cloth and wash. Pour water on self, wasteful. Kind of waddles off. As she walks past you, whatever she's smoking just reeks. It's just got a terrible, terrible smell to it. And you can see that she kind of, every couple of tokes, she's kind of jerking a little bit. You're not sure if she's holding in smoke that's disgusting and horrible, or if it's some sort of drug that's making her tweak. You just don't know.
What are you smoking?
Smoking?
Smoking? Yeah. It smells interesting.
She scratches her head. You notice when she scratches her head, she kind of follows her quarrels, whatever they're called, as she scratches. Just smoke. We grow. We harvest, dry, and smoke. Fungus. Again, a really broken high gothic where you understand her, but you're like, you're a dum-dum. She might not be a dum-dum, it's just the way she speaks is like, yeah, you're a dum-dum.
Yes, man thing, yes.
Kind of, but not quite.
We may need to start selling some of that stuff higher in the hive. They may enjoy it.
They not buy. They have better. Not same. Not burn.
Well, I'm hardly an expert on pharmaceuticals.
She kind of, at your Ponzi words, she's like, picks up her pace a little, and like you hear her just muttering to herself, just some of the words that you've used, like pharmaceutical. Keeps moving. So it takes you. Hang on, is this right? So I said it was 3 hours. Yeah, then you've got an extra 4 hours on top. Yeah. So it takes you about 2 hours before you come to the guard post that last time was decimated. This time it seems to be put back together. They've just basically taken debris from the area and built it up into sandbag-ish type walls and defenses. And they do actually have people manning it this time. As she comes out of the darkness to the group, she's long finished her smoke by now, but when she comes into basically the killing zone, you can see that she's turned her gun upside down and starts waving the butt in the air. And you see, as you come out of the tunnel, you and Mordecai and Ezio would see that someone raises up a lantern from behind the defensive emplacement where all the lights are, and it seems as if people are sat there, but they're not really paying attention. Well, the light comes from behind, and you can, like Mordecai and Ezio, you can now make out that, well, Wild Wardens, mutants, seem to be in ambush in the darkness, leaving the outpost as kind of bait. But once this lantern goes up, there's a little low whistle that comes out, and those people in the guard post look over and see your group coming over. The porcupine girl greets the mutants there. While she's talking, you guys catch up so you can just hear what she's saying, and it's basically what you said: just traders come for Alucard, let them pass. And they just nod and agree. So it takes another, in total, by the time you get, I have your total written down. In total, you are walking for 23 hours because of your 2-hour break. So 23 hours you get to where you're going. Now for Darius and Liliana, when you're moving with the group past the mushroom farm, you're fine. They didn't see anyone. Once you get to the outpost, you see your gang are just not happy now that they've actually seen Twists, and these people are not hiding their mutations. You know, if they have got a tentacle arm, that tentacle arm is wrapped around their gun at the ready. If they have got, you know, animalistic features or multiple eyes or ears, mouths, extra body parts, arms, legs, they're not hiding them. And you can just hear murmuring throughout your men just by the throne. What the? Are we in fucking hell? What the fuck is this? Don't let them touch you. Don't breathe in. You'll catch it. There's just murmurings going through your men. This is before you're not in the outpost. You're at your
outskirts.
Yeah. Well, no. So you've come into the killing zone of the outpost. And they can make out, like, you know, a guy is passing a smoke using his third arm to a guy who has multiple mouths. He puts a cigarette in where his ear should be, you know, and then smoke is blown out of his neck, and they can see the mutations on show, and they're freaking out.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try and not make a show of it, but I'll move in amongst everyone and say, like, keep your heads down, keep calm, keep organized. We're here for a job, and that's it. We'll be out as soon as we can. I hate it down here too.
Can I get a charm check? I will give you a +10. Because so far no one has died on this expedition. They're quite happy at this.
Plus, you actually hate twists.
Yeah, plus I do actually hate twists, so motherfucker.
Nurgle!
77. I'm fate pointing that just because out of principle I don't like 77. That's better. Better, but 2 degrees.
If anyone's wondering why tonight I'm slightly losing some words, it's because I didn't do my vocal practices. I did not do my my she sells on the she saw. I said it wrong then as well.
Me.
You should try it. Yeah, so I do some really weird ones, but it does actually help. So with your fate roll, you do indeed succeed, and your men quieten down. They don't seem to be as agitated, but you do notice some of them start taking out low quality low sticks. Mainly because they can also see all the guards are now taking out low sticks and smoking. But they don't seem to want to wait anymore.
Yeah, no, yeah, fuck it. I'll even say like, smoke, take a smoke. We just need to keep moving. It's safe-ish here.
There are murmurs about anyone got anything stronger, but it quickly gets shushed up. So you guys push on. You make it to the outpost. Well, you make it to the main base of the Wild Wardens.
Yeah.
So again,
Huzzah.
much like last time, you see this vast open field, much like a football field. Well, if you think of a football stadium, the grounds itself, the car park, everything, that's kind of what this area looks like. You've come onto the car park. Most of the corpses and filth that was left over from the battle that took place here last time is all gone. You can again see what looks like two Astartes shaped figures in the distance. Some of your men even freak out a little bit, but everyone's walking with such we know what this is. They kind of like, okay, well, the bosses are fine, so keep walking. And you see the two Castellan guardians, the two tech priests. They do acknowledge you. You can see their eyes light up as you walk by, but they don't really say anything else. They just light up and, okay, we've acknowledged the fleshy ones have returned. And you make your way into the actual camp, the essentially the football stadium itself. And if you think of this is just the seating area, and then where the actual playing field is, in the center of that is this dome with this arcane sigils and energy that spirals off it, and all sorts of ominous, scary looking shit.
I'm going to take out well, I'm not going to do that actually before. I'll wait until I've actually talked to Alucard before I do that. That would be bad.
Yeah, I'm staying with the guys, making sure all's okay. Try and keep them in order and showing that shit goes down. There's a guy with or not almost full carapace with a burst fire shotgun ready to, shoot the fuck out of the twists.
In reality, to shoot the fuck out of our own gangers. If they shoot the fuck out of the twists.
A couple of them are like looking at their own guns like, what the fuck are we equipped with? Look at this motherfucker. What the fuck? But yeah,
What?
no, they feel emboldened and secure. Here we go. I shall put down an Ezio and a Mordecai because they clearly don't want to be part of the scene.
Yeah.
It's okay.
My mouse is just freaking out at the moment, so it keeps
no,
double-clicking,
it's
so I
okay.
can't actually drag
He
myself
has appeared.
off. There we go.
Oh, I forgot there's no fog of war on this map.
Shouldn't technically Mordecai being in front of Ezio because Ezio is a ranged dude and Mordecai alongside me. We're both melee dudes.
There we go.
I mean, you are entering a place that you're meant to, you made a deal with these people. They're meant to be comrades in a way. Like, right, prepare for battle, boys. Get ready. We'll slaughter them all.
It's just a formation.
I'm back here because that's the formation we were in before we came in here.
Yeah, as I see you walking towards us, I just say, Darius, if any of them shoot the Wild Wardens, I'm burning them alive.
Alright, glad we're on the same page where we kill the twist.
Not
I'm just gonna look at the two of them. No, boys, behave, play nice, and let them play nice. I mean, come on.
we're here for more important things than mutant or not.
Precisely, we're here to make money and buy a child.
And me be able to research what those are.
Technically not buy a child. This is forced adoption. Isn't that right, Darius?
I'm gonna go over to you guys particularly and make sure I'm whispering this, that make sure the gang doesn't realize that all we're down here is for a kid. They probably think we're down here for a lot of money, so we'll say we'll get that later, okay? Don't forget, these guys are gangers.
Yes, good. That's a good reminder. I had slightly forgotten.
Still, I'm just gonna lean in. She's gonna whisper. Do these gangers actually realize that these people can actually sell us fungus, which is used to make their drugs? That's quite simple to explain, really. We're here because these people can supply us with drugs.
Not on this mission. We're literally here to trade the weapons for the kid.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
We're not
but
getting any money out of it. Like, that's what
No,
I mean.
no, no,
If we
no,
walk
no,
away here with, it's just the kid.
And some pictures of the hexagrammatic wards.
I know, that's not what I meant. What I meant is, we can literally just tell them these are the people that are going to be supplying us with drugs down the line.
Yes.
Simple,
That
nice and easy.
was the plan. But
Again, these are gangers. They don't always think of the long term. They'll think of the short term first because they're looking for fixes and shit. So just
the short term is I don't kill them. But
You
I
people.
think that's included in being your boss.
okay. That's enough for this little discussion. We need to make sure we get into this and do it properly. So
we
go
need
ahead.
to talk to Alucard.
You
And I go
people,
for-
so serious.
I go try to find Alucard.
So as you guys were discussing things, the porcupine girl kind of gave you a frumpy look and then just waddled her way over. Spoke to a couple of mutants on her way. She's now talking to Alucard, who's sat on the steps that lead over towards the defensive locations and then the dome.
I walk over to Alucard with a smile on my face. How are things going, friend? You seem a little bit better off than last we saw you.
Well, that is what happens after a battle. Things go back to normal. But,
I haven't
yes.
been in all too many of those. You must forgive me. But we have bought a gift. Well, a trade. Moreover, you mentioned you needed weapons.
I did.
We have bought quite a quantity of las guns for you. Should help restock your stores and replace what may have been damaged. Perhaps we should I'd kind of take a look around, talk in private regarding payment. I'm not even lying.
I'm sorry, but well, you can discuss anything here if you wanna go over to the bar so you can sit down, then by all means we can go over to the bar. But these are my closest supporters and allies. I trust them with any conversation.
I lean in to whisper in his ear, it's not your people I wish to keep this secret from. But the gangers we've brought with us.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
About
completely trust them yet.
your people. If you don't mind, keep them to one side, or I doubt they're gonna want our goods, so
I have them guarding over the boxes, sitting around them, nicely in the square.
Well, that.
Are you over here, Ezio? I mean, to be fair,
No,
Mordecai's token isn't even moved either, so...
No,
you know.
I'm just saying.
I wasn't
that's the
sure where
situation
he
I'm
was.
doing.
My mouse is messing up a lot at the moment.
Oh yeah, no,
That's the
sorry, you
situation that I'm doing
did
to
say
help
that.
Mordecai.
Sorry.
Yeah, so if anyone finds a porcupine token that they think would suitably represent our girl here, I'll change her token over. But for now, she's just got the mutant token with a little mark on the corner.
I'm on it.
No. If she gets taken along, you're like, no. We'll take the porcupine girl. I'll add one. Otherwise, she's just another mutant.
Fair enough. I motion to Darius and say, get him set up over there and try to stay civil.
By all means, if you want to come over to the bar, we can talk there. I'll have my men keep watch for the most part. He makes his way off. I will move you over. I'll give you a break. Your token is not functioning. Your mouse is not functioning right at the moment. It would be his second in command, who's doing a little bit better. He would go out, and one guard would stay there. I think that's the chick with feathers, where her hair should be. So she has very small feathers and then larger feathers underneath. And then the guy with a tentacle for an arm, he goes off and starts giving orders to the mutants to just, keep their distance. They're freaking out the normies.
Yeah, where did Mordecai tell me to move the guys?
Essentially, you can keep them where they are. Just
Yeah. Just
in that
them
corner.
civil and in one spot.
Yeah, I'm having them all group up more or less, and while we're still guarding the crates, they can, sit down, take a
Guns
breather.
down.
Yeah. Break out the shit and cook the food.
There's a lot of nasty talk that comes basically from them. Think all the worst racist terms of our planet today. Only turned round on a race, not for skin tone, no, just for being born with a tentacle for a tongue, or for a mouth on the end of their nose, or multiple eyes, or there are many slang words for them, and you get to hear them muttered by all.
I mean, if you think about it, all tongues are tentacles.
No.
They're very different kinds of sicknesses.
No.
So that's wrong.
Oh no.
You're not sure. You're not sure, but you think his tentacle, as he yawns, you think there might be a small penis on the end. You're not sure. Though. It was quick. It's just like, and it came out.
Japan.
Okay.
This is Space Japan.
Fuck.
Before I do head out to be with Monica for these discussions, I will approach the group, and I'll just tell Darius to just for morale's sakes and for so shit doesn't really hit the fan because of some dumbass shit that people will be saying about one another, but just try to distract them, make them think about something else. And here, I'm gonna give him 2 packs of glow sticks from my actual stash, and just
right.
Here, spread these around among the men. See,
I suppose they're better quality, so yeah, I'll pass them out. What have I got on my use to distract these guys?
Again, I'm gonna lean close to Darius. I know you don't like them either, but people say that people have penis tongues and stuff like that. Not really a good thing to be doing on the other people's turf. So talk something else. But you know what you're doing. I'm just gonna leave.
The shit gets broken out. They begin eating. You've been on the move for 23 hours with an hour break,
yeah.
So some of them are also sleeping.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Probably also a fair few more shits that are currently being cooked as well.
Can I roll luck to see if Woolen brought a pack of cards?
Sure, you can do that. A fortune die. It's low numbers. I'll probably say 40 and down that they have it's like set of dice or something. Low 20s, then they definitely. What was that?
Will that cost a fortune point?
No. It's just a random occurrence to see if Nuffle favours you enough. To be honest with you, I've rolled a 4 and a 33 so far. So Nuffle still favours you when it comes to my dice. No, sadly, like as you like bring up the question, like loads of them just look like fuck. We should have brought. Why didn't we bring? So no, it doesn't seem as if they have
And the dumb one of them's like, wait, I can turn these into cards, and picks up the shit.
No, alright. Just get a fucking little campfire going, cook your fucking food and shit. Have a nice little talk, alright?
Cook your shit food.
Cook your shit food with your shit fuel. I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying, alright, cook your fucking food and everything, and have a nice glow stick, courtesy of Liliana. Not Liliana, Pops, whatever the fucking name is.
Aurelia?
No, Anna.
None of those are me, so.
Yeah, Anna Ponce.
Are you actually talking about? Oh, Anna Ponce, my
yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Just,
yeah.
okay. I'm just confused because
it's been a long time since I heard that name. It's been a long. I was like, oh right, yeah, they're alias. Gotcha.
Yeah, it took me a moment. This is why my alias is basically my name.
Beloved by Nuffle. As you know, your group starts setting up their little camp and food starts going, people start having a sleep. You know, some of them are smoking their low sticks. For you guys in the bar, you sat down, drinks are getting brought to you. You're just going over some pleasantries. But outside, one of the mutants has left the building, and she sees your group, you know, with their good equipment, nice clothes, real food, and proper low sticks. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to get me some of them.
Oh no.
She has this torn mini skirt on. It's been ripped and repaired 1,000 times or more with different pieces of fabric. So it's no longer, it's like a patched mini skirt. Her legs seem to be smooth. Well, kind of. Definitely looks like she's probably a mutant prostitute, from what you can gather from her as she comes out and she waves at your men with a hand where the fingers are tentacles. And
why is it always tentacles with you? It's always tentacles.
It's one of those easy mutations that you can have everywhere. She undoes her buttons with the tentacled appendages, and reveals that she actually has a cock in between her tits, just flapping there.
Help!
Oh, and your good friend Liliana is all the other way. It's all across half.
Ezio, I will literally give you 2 rations if you go over there and keep it away from us. I don't know what.
I go over and say, the men are not interested, and shoo her away.
Can I get a charm or intimidation? Bribery is an option, but it's for roles. It's charm or intimidate.
Oh, for God's sake! Alright.
You do get plus 20 for intimidation.
Don't intimidate the people we're selling to.
No,
I don't have intimidation.
Good.
Off my head. So the plus 20 will to make a net positive charm I have was bigger than where's my strength? I'll go for a sharp. Surprised you'll need a higher skill.
Charm the tits off of that dick tit thing, so it becomes just a dick thing.
Watch as he feels and he has to go fuck it.
No, he falls face first into it.
Are you sure you want to do that?
No, fool. No, fool. No, fool.
I'm not gonna metagame.
Oh, it was close. It was close, but
Nurgle was happy. Not
So
the seventh.
essentially, as you go over there to shoo her away, you're like, "Look, we're here for trade, not that kind of trade. You kind of, well, and that thing there is just kind of gross. And you try and be nice, but she takes it in the complete wrong way. She gives you the complete huff. And is she stubborn? Let's just have a quick look. Is she? So I would say that's. I want low numbers there, where you guys want high numbers. So it's the first. I think it's the first 70 I've rolled. Oh no, I've had a couple of 70s. 180. So yeah, she gets the huff and goes away for a moment.
Oh, okay.
So
That's your help.
over to the bar. Over at the bar, drinks have been brought out for you. Not the amasec like last time, but the clear liquid that made you feel like you're going to go blind. It gets poured out, and Alucard and his second in command, who does have a name, I just can't remember it. They take a sip from it. So, what was the deal? What was the trade you wanted for the fungus? I didn't think you'd bring Imperial las guns for fungus, to be honest with you.
Lily's just going to cross her arms, smile, and look at Mordecai.
It would make us some money, and you are guarding this place. Would be, I mean, it's not the worst deal, but no, we aren't here for the fungus. We're here for the child. We've got a contact, and we can get him safely to Terra, where he will enter into the Emperor's service, just like me. And he will be safe, and you will be safe.
So, this trade is for the kid. I don't know if the others will be too inclined to agree, but what did you bring?
It's 200, isn't it?
Yep.
So we have 4 crates of 50. Should be enough to equip you for quite some time. Replace any damaged you may have. And it hopefully will give you a little bit of a surplus. So you have time if some are recharging and you are attacked. I would also like to take some images of the wards around that place and research them, but that is more a request than part of the deal.
I agree. But there is one side note.
Yes.
Are you planning to sell this kid? Or are you
I'm not
being
planning.
honest?
And then it's just gonna work out. Look,
I am
don't get
being...
us the wrong way. I know that this may seem weird, but you know what we are, don't you? I mean, we went to that weird place where we had to talk to each other in our minds. So, what we want to take this child to is a place where he will be trained in a secure manner. This is for the better.
We do not want to sell him for any gain on our part. I simply want him where it is safest for him and where he can do the most good. He is special. More special than even most in our situation. He will not be sold. He
what
will be
about the
handed over.
others?
Those... It is probably too late for them to go to the black ships. They are only mildly touched by his light. How you have them here is safe. Well, as safe as anywhere can be for them. And as much as it pains me to say, in terms of who will be able to help the Emperor the most, it is the child far more than it is the others. And if they can continue doing the work they've done here, even detecting more like him, that can then be taken up to the black ships, that is far more than the ships will be able to use them for.
Fine, we have a deal.
Thank you.
But,
And I offer
you'll
out
have
my
to-
hand.
You'll have to talk the others into that. I'll help where I can,
He shakes your hand.
but I can't exactly force them without ending them. So,
I know. We will. That is the next bridge we have to overcome. But with you, they respect you. With you backing us, hopefully they will listen.
well, we'll see. But by the looks of you and your men, I'm guessing it was a long journey. You might want to do that tomorrow. Your men can camp outside. It'd be easier that way, but if they need housing, I can provide. It'll be cozy. And you'll have the issue of the locals.
We will keep our men in line. And I will personally see to it if any of them harm the locals.
And as for studying the sigils and runes or all that nonsense, that's not my domain. I won't stop you, because I'm not the guardian of that. If you want to ask them outside, you can. Not that they could tell if you did, anyway. That's up to you. I notice you don't have your Mechanicus friend with you this time, so I'm not sure how welcoming they'll be, but you're more than happy to try. Doesn't affect me.
The Emperor's light has brought us this far. Thank you. I will try, and I will respect their wishes,
Edward,
regardless of what they say.
send the other two out to check the merchandise. the deal's been done now, but I'd still like them to check.
Righto, sir. I'll get right on that. The other soldier, his second in command, Edward, downs his drink, coughs a little, just that little from drinking something nasty, kind of shakes his head a little bit, too far, and goes over to one of his men. Then, thinking about it, he goes over to the other girl, the other soldier. So Darius, you and Ezio can see one of the guys in military fatigues going over, and they both come over to your group. Now we will come right back to you in a second. Alucard stands up and comes over to you.
No. Oh no.
Oh no.
Mate, who's he coming over to? Sorry, is he?
You.
Oh, me. I just look up at him and kind of like one other thing. Please don't make it wild words. It's been a long day of me talking on phones. I'm sorry. Please don't make it widely known that we're only here for a child. I don't think the gangers we hired will be too happy unless they think there is a payback down the line. Whether there is or not.
I'll provide some surplus goods. So it looks like you're taking something back with you, other than a child.
Many thanks. And I look over to Liliana. It's like, did I forget anything?
I don't think so. Out of character, not that I can remember, not really.
Yeah, I can't remember if I've forgotten anything or not, either. Just
Well, he shakes both of your hands.
Then you can have your men stay here or outside. It's up to you. If you need me, I'll be with my men going over some defense details. Thank you, and may the Emperor guide you.
May the Emperor protect.
As he leaves, you'd hear him say,
As we serve.
I feel like that's a guard thing, and I don't know guard. So I'm like, no.
So, for Darius and Ezio, two of the clearly guardsmen come over to you. One female, one male. The male is much older and clearly of higher rank. He steps forwards and Alucard has agreed to your terms and would like us to check over the merchandise. If you'd be so kind.
I motion to one of the goons and pull over one of the crates, open the lid, and let them have it.
He rummages down past the first layer, past the second layer, trying to get down to the middle to low area. Takes out two las guns, passes one to the girl, and he takes one. They do exactly what Ezio and Darius did when they checked over the guns, basically the same actions. Check them over, seem happy, put them back. They then do that procedure on all of the crates, and seeing that they're all done, Yeah, I think they'd probably just salute you and tell you that they'll have their guys come and take the crates off you. Oh no, well, the crates are two crates are coming with them. They're like, no, these are mine. Mine! They go over to... They came with them when I grouped. They go over, and you'd see that basically two of these guys come over, and they take a crate each. And then they get squirreled away. That way. You can see that they're talking between the two, Edward and the bird lady. We'll call her the bird lady for now. Are talking with Alucard. Alucard seems to agree with their assessment, and the goods get taken away. So, we'll do a real quick. Your group are told that they can stay at the bar or they can camp outside. The overwhelming majority of your men would want to camp outside. A couple of them are interested. A couple of them are like, hey, I saw a chick with a dick in between her cleavage. I could see some other freak shows. Let's investigate.
I'll whisper into the ears of the few that want to say, like, I mean, did you see her fingers? Imagine what you could do with those.
But we will see how that all takes place in the next episode.
When I see them moving out of the box that I assigned them to, I would like to hurt them like a bunch of sheep.
But we will deal with the evening and the kidnapping of a child in the next episode, because there's so much still to do here.
When we buy him.
Well, did Alucard own him? That's the other question. Alucard's definitely the police and military force in these areas, so you've basically bribed him to turn a blind eye.
I mean, we could have also talked to the kid and asked him to come with us.
Yeah, it's not child kidnapping. It's not child kidnapping. It's not child slavery. It's not even buying a child. It's literally just forced adoption. It's fine.
Do you know what I forgot to do? Because I was in a bit of a rush and I had to fix things. I didn't even update the name of this episode. So I think we're on Warhammer Fantasy at the moment, which I've just thought of.
Shock.
And I had the screen open. I'm looking at it. It says Warhammer Fantasy, Warhammer City of the... This is Dark Heresy. So that's how rattled my brain has been today. But anyway, we have made it to the end of our episode. Thank you all so much for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing. In the next episode, yes, kidnapping of children is what I will call the episode, or something kidnappy. Hopefully you will all join us for that episode, or perhaps we will see you in the next show, which is on Thursday, when we will actually be playing Warhammer Fantasy. So hopefully we will see you then. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.